In the last episode 6, Essex Diaries, I missed out a scene where I went to my friend's house, the one who died. So yeah, I must. So what I'll do, I'll put it in here now, and also um, my friend who I used to go there with, I went with about three: Roy, Rob, and Mark. Right, at different times. So Roy phoned me today, and we was chatting about it. So I said, "Oh, um, I'll record it if you don't mind, and I'll stick it on there so that yeah." So he saw the video the other day, and he brought back memories for him. So I'll just put that call on there and that scene from last week. So yeah, so it's just going to be more of a follow up to episode 6. This one. So if you don't know what we're talking about, go back to episode 6, Essex Diaries, and you'll know. But it's a continuation of talking about the seances and what used to happen to us. So it's just yeah, my mate tells you about what happened, like through the phone. I put it on hands-free. Asked him could I do it, and yeah, so we're just having a little catch up, little chat about what we experienced, what we went through, and yeah. So it's not riveting viewing, but it's just think of it as a follow up. The extra features. Think of it as extra features, bonus content for you. All right. So yeah. So that's all what this episode will be. But then the next one will be. It'd be so much better. It'd be so much better. Yeah, so that was where Ian died. That window there next to the patio doors in that living room. Yeah, that's where he died. Poor sod. It was the 8th of September 1992. Yeah, never forget that. So, don't ever do anything like that, no matter how bad things get or what knee-jerk reactions you want to do to an emotional moment. Don't fucking do it, because it rips your family apart after. As I said, after that, I didn't tell you. He's dead. Willie. He got cancer shortly after that. I think it was asbestos related from work, but like it was shortly after that yeah, he got cancer and died. Then shortly after that as well, my sister Shona, I just told you about, she got MS. I think these things have an effect on the nervous system, and yeah, as I said, it still beats me up to this day. Like what I said to him, Ian, I think just a couple of weeks before he done it. So, and I've always blamed, well, not totally blamed myself, but like felt a bit responsible. So, yeah, me and Ian, we used to knock about since about the age of 5. So it's just so sad. And always he was like the black sheep of his family. And I always used to think of that song, Seasons in the Sun. I was the black sheep of the family. Yeah, I always associate that song with Ian. Yeah, very sad. Me and Ian, his dad Willie, used to teach karate. It's funny because I was talking to my wife the other day, because we had to learn a prayer in karate, and Ian taught me it. And yeah, I was talking about my wife. I said, "Oh fucking no, can't speak English no more." And then I was like impressing her with a bit of French. Je voudrais une chambre pour une personne pour une night avec douche. She goes, "What's that mean?" I goes, "Can I have a shower for one night with a shower? Can I have a room for one night with a shower?" Fucking hell. I know French but don't know English. And I goes, "Oh, so I know a bit of Kung Fu." She said, "Oh yeah." I went, "Senpai demo, arigato gozaimasu, Ray." Yeah, that was the prayer. Ian taught me that. Don't know what it fucking says, but yeah, he wrote it down like in English terms, and I memorised it. Yeah, say again. Zampani demo, arigato gozaimasu, Ray. That probably means I'm a soppy cunt who can't do karate, but there you go. See this house here? The one with the window open. I'll just stand behind it. Yeah, that window by my over here. This was the house when I used to tell you. I told you about I used to go to Seances when I was a teenager, about 15, 1988. Well, it was in that house there, in Dagenham. That window open there. And yeah, I used to go like every month. It'd be the table tipping. Betty, the blonde-haired old lady, her aunt, Lisa, in life was a medium. So she would protect us from the other side. Yeah, so this one particular night was meant to be a seance, and no one turned up. So there was all these, it's a tiny little box room, that room I just showed you. It's a tiny little box room. And there were spare chairs behind us against the wall where the people who was meant to have turned up, it was for them, but they didn't turn up. And it turned out Lisa from the other side arranged for it to be a private session. All of a sudden the chairs behind us, what was against the wall, were pushing up against us. I thought, what the fuck? It was like the room was coming alive. And then they had this silver like funnel, like a trumpet, aluminum funnel trumpet sort of thing. And it had a luminous tape around the top and bottom of it, so you could easily see it. And it was the most bizarre, fucking surrealist thing you'd ever seen in your life. So the three mediums, Daphne, Betty and Mary, they were singing fucking Pop Goes the Fucking Weasel. And this fucking trumpet was floating up to the top of the chimney breast, and it was tapping on the chimney breast along with them singing. The table, what we use for the table tipping, that actually, and I swear to God, I swear my grandson's life, it levitated off the ground, off the floor, none of us were touching it, and it was like fucking floating up in the air. Absolutely fucking, as true as I stand here, I swear my grandson's life, it actually happened. And we was laughing, it was nervous laughing, because like we thought, what the fuck? Because before it started, as the chairs were starting to move, when they was hitting us from behind, I was too scared to go out the door we just come in from, the bedroom door. And I thought, like, if it gets too mad, I'm going to dive out that fucking window. And that window I just showed you was open. Anyway, so, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to walk. There's people coming. They might think I'm a bit fucking weird. Yeah, go on, boy.
Yeah, well, what it was as well, when you was talking about what happened in that room, didn't it?
Yeah.
Like one of the stories. Remember when I was late to getting round there, and they just couldn't get started, could they? Because they thought I weren't coming. Then I knocked on the door, and that Daphne said, "Oh, so that's why we couldn't get started. They were waiting for you."
What, for you?
Yeah, waiting for me
Yeah.
to turn up. And then, do you remember that one Saturday that I said to her, why's the landing light keep flicking off and on?
Right.
Like that. And she went, oh no, that's... I said, who's outside? And she went, oh no, nothing, that's just a little boy. He likes playing games.
Right,
Like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
And I thought,
I mean, I mean, my memory, I mean, we went so many times, me, you, Rob, we went so many times over like the course of like a couple of years, didn't we? So, and like the memories come flooding back. Yeah, go on, carry on.
But the other one was when you was talking about sort of overshadowed.
Yeah.
I think the turning point for me, because I needed to stop it then.
Same here.
That, we done the seance in your house, didn't you, in front of those
Yeah,
girls?
yeah.
And it was bouncing about everything, and we all got a little bit scared, didn't we?
Yeah. Do you remember the light from the hallway? Like, because we had the living room in darkness, and the light from the hallway, and we saw what did we see going up and down?
It was like a shadowing. When it was like a shadow that was sort of going up and down, like what I can recall.
Do you remember under the door we saw the light and we could see like a dog or footsteps of.
Oh yes,
You remember?
Right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you say there's so many. I have to sort of think back, but the time that really fucking shit me up, and I thought I've got to stop this because something's followed me back.
Yeah.
I was sort of, and it was very shortly after that we'd done our own seance, and we got a bit of a telling off, didn't we, from that Lisa?
Yeah.
Saying that we shouldn't. We've got to stop what we're doing because it's not safe.
Yeah.
And I got home one night and I was in bed and I had I was on my side, laying on my side, and
Yeah.
somebody was putting their face on my face and breathing really heavy, and I absolutely shit myself. I just pulled the covers over my head. It was like a really strong, heavy breathing, like, and I thought, that's it, that's me done.
Yeah.
And I couldn't go back anymore.
No.
After I couldn't do anything because something
Well,
attached to me.
well. If you remember rightly, they Daphne, Betty, and Mary, and then Lisa on the other side. They do a pair of protection, but I think the problem was us doing it ourselves at my ass.
Anyone could come through.
Yeah, I think that was the problem. I think we, well, yeah, I suppose all of us, mainly me. But yeah, we shouldn't have done that. We shouldn't have done that at home, unprotected. And, yeah.
But it was that day, I can't remember the conversation, but we were speaking with whoever it was on the other side. You never know, but someone said to me, mirror.
Oh.
And it was something to do with you. And I think you was looking in the mirror that day or something like that, and you was, whatever you was deciding.
I think
it was just a word that came through. Someone spoke to me saying mirror, and then you jumped in and said, I was doing this today in front of the mirror. You know, it just seemed that it was as clear as day. You know what I mean?
I think what it was, I don't know, you might be talking about something else, but the mirror thing, we done, I don't think you was there, we done automatic writing, where we all put our hands on the same pen, me and Daphne, Betty and Mary, and it said, I've still got it, it's up in the loft, it said, you did not see me, something, a day, 8th of something, 88. So it said the date of like, and it was in the mirror, like I didn't see it.
Yeah, it was something.
I've still got that, yeah.
As clear as day, like, but I have to sort of try and really think about the things. There was loads that went on.
Yeah.
Do you remember when I was going out with that girl Donna?
Yeah.
As well, and it came through the spirit saying, because I said, am I going to stay with Donna?
And it said,
and they went, no.
Yeah.
And I got really upset, didn't I?
Yeah.
I got really upset about it.
Yeah, you did. I remember that.
And then you said, oh no, let's stop this. You know what I mean? I had certain things like with my mother-in-law. You know, she's on end of life care now.
Is she?
Yeah, she's gonna be coming home hopefully tomorrow, but she's on palliative care now.
Oh fuck.
But when she was opening up her presents, when she was 82, just came through and someone just said 83, and I said to Sam, I said, fucking hell, what is that? I say to Sam now and again that the girls roll their eyes, and then it's sort of like, I don't know what that means, 83. So Sam said, do you think that what was said to you and came through to you, Roy, about 83, was that her last birthday?
Yeah, I was just thinking that, yeah.
83, and it'll be a miracle if she sort of gets to her next birthday, which is, I think it's March. mention it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they think that she's probably got, well, if she lives another month or so, it'll be an absolute miracle.
Yeah.
And it's kind of really horrible. And I thought, why did that come into my head? Like,
Yeah.
not thinking about it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. When it comes into your head like that, like with me with the word test, like I had that proved to me, because you can think, oh, I'm just daydreaming, or but when I saw that, every time I laid down, I saw the word test, and I thought it was a bit odd, because I thought, that ain't me. What am I thinking about that? And it wasn't until, because I chose the party, and it wasn't until I went to the next seance, because we'd go like each month, and then the table come to me, it was Lisa, and the first word she spelt out was test, and I thought, fucking hell.
Yeah, I know, I mean, you sort of, when I was watching it and I was showing Sam clips of what you were saying, because I've said all this in the past, what went on, but they're not really sort of into it that way like I am, and my girls roll their eyes.
Yep.
And there was that went on with my mother-in-law, and at Christmas when she was over Boxing Day, and I was watching her undo the presents. Once again, happy time. Something came through and said, "This is the last one." I thought, fucking hell. So I said to Sam, I said, look, I know this sounds really morbid and this, that and the other, and you know what it is with me. Something came through and said the last one. So it was just recently, Sam went, bloody hell, Roy. I said, yeah, no, I am sorry. I shouldn't have actually said anything.
Yeah.
You know, I should have just kept it to myself. But when you were talking about yesterday, when you were talking about in your video about being overshadowed, and you had bad thoughts, didn't you, about stamping on the cat?
Yeah.
I mean, there was constantly with me about, like, fucking punching my mum in the mouth, things like that.
Yeah.
When she was just talking to me.
Yeah.
And I had someone say, go on, just punch her. You know what I mean? And you think, why are these fucking...
And you had a good relationship with your mum.
Coming in my fucking head. And that's why...
Didn't you? You had a good relationship with your mum. You weren't like you had a bad relationship. And
no, I love my mum.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Things that were entering into my head to hurt people that I love.
Yeah.
And that's when I knew I had to stop.
And that's what I'm saying. Like that's no coincidence, Roy. That happened to me and you. Like when we knocked together, and it was all at that same time that we dabbled with that stuff.
Yeah, I knew that I had to start. Do you know what it was? I think we would have been all right. I think it was when we started, in honestly, being a bit cocky. We were doing it in your house, and we went round that girl's house, and it didn't work.
Lisa's, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, with her dad, yeah, and
it didn't actually work.
It didn't work, and that's why he knew we was telling the truth, because he said like you would have faked it, but because we didn't, it genuinely didn't work. So that's it. We didn't. But what we done in my house, you know, it did work.
Oh yeah, it did work, but you think to yourself, fucking hell, you know what I mean? But something attached to me, and I can only say that probably your loved ones that are on the other side managed to get it unattached, because it just attached itself to our energy. You know, I just had these bad thoughts all the fucking time.
Yeah, well,
it was taking over me.
Well, this is what happened. What I should have mentioned in that video. There was so much I wanted, because it all starts coming back to you, like as you're talking about it. But because I was going every single month, like every Saturday, like I don't know, in like the first year, and then one of them, I think it's Betty and Mary. They used to go to a spiritualist church in Ilford. So they said, why don't I go there? So I started going there. I don't know if you ever come with me. I can't remember.
I was there at the night when, is it Marquez?
Yeah. What I spoke about in the video with the...
was shaking and I'm pissing myself laughing. Cause I thought,
So you was there.
putting that on, you know.
I know, Roy. Do you remember?
Up, didn't he? And he would start shaking, and then they had to grab him, didn't they?
Yeah, that's what I was saying on the video. He was like, and I thought, he ain't bullshitting me. That's my mate. I know, like, and I know we had to fake it that good.
Yeah.
And
he was well into it, wasn't he?
Yeah, well, it completely overtook him, and then he went to fall backwards, didn't he? And that Ted.
I remember looking at me and you were fucking laughing, thinking, "Fuck me, he's well engrossed in this, isn't he?" Do you know?
Yeah.
But I wanted to carry on with all of that, but something fucking got hold of me, and I had to try and get rid of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I had to sort of, that was it, you know, it was the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah.
With me, with regarding something latched onto me, because I started having all these bad thoughts.
Yeah.
That was creepy. See, what it is as well, this is really weird, because I know, I've said to Sam, and she looks at me, and for some known reason, even still now, and once again, not thinking about it, I can hear, and it sounds stupid, it sounds like fuck me, he's going fucking mad. I can hear certain people talking, right? And I can tap into someone talking wherever, because I knew that I had this ability years ago, because I forgot myself. I was on site, one of my line managers come in and said to me, I'm just talking in general, and I said, oh, it's about buying a scaffolding company. And he looked at me and went, Roy, how do you know that? So I went, well, I'm sure someone mentioned it. He went, well, there couldn't have been, Roy, because we only had the meeting yesterday about it.
Yeah.
And I thought, so I knew there was always something there. Right. And there's certain things that's happened on this company as well, where if I think really hard about something, I can tap into people, what they're talking about. And I think, there's a problem coming here.
Yeah.
It's not just a feeling. It's
a
fucking problem coming here, and it does. And I don't know if it's you're manifesting that to happen.
Yeah, well, I think also it's like an intuition that you've opened it up in the past, maybe your pineal gland or something. We've had it open through because that's what they told me. Where I used to go to so many seances, they said you've built up enough power that, and then they said about going to that mediumship circle in where was it, Roy? Was it?
I only went the once.
Was it the once? Yeah.
With Ezzy when it happened, because I got a big. I thought it wasn't really for me. It wasn't something that I wanted to. I preferred to be in that room.
Yeah. Well.
With Daphne, you know
that mediumship circle. That was like going next level. That was like a CIA sort of thing, if you ask me. Looking back on it now, like where they train their remote viewers, I feel like it was something like that, because they said to me, well, I built up enough energy through going to the seances that I should go to this next thing up. It was somewhere up North London. There was all Jews around that area, so it might have been Finsbury Park, is it, or? Kilburn, somewhere like that, and I remember. Do you remember the big black bloke who ran it, Melford Reed?
Oh yeah, I do remember that. I only went there once.
Yeah.
And it was that night with is it Marquez?
Yeah, Ezzy, yeah.
Yeah, it was Ezzy that was stumbling and this, that, and the other, and they got hold of him, and I thought, what the fucking hell is he doing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I thought, this is fucking strange.
Yeah, it was scary.
But no, I mean, as you say, I was watching that video, and it's very hard to talk with Sam, and the girls just laugh and things like that. So they go, oh, here he goes. He's saying he's off, and then also psychic Sally saying there things like that. You know what I mean? They do take the piss.
Well, look, right. This is why I don't tell a lot of people these things, because of if you wasn't there and you didn't experience it, you're gonna think he's fucking bullshitting. He's telling a fucking Jack and Ori story.
I mean, I remember that you got invited to obviously that Friday night session, which I never went to because.
Well, no, it wasn't. I got invited. It was that. It was meant to have been because they'd done that on a Friday, didn't they? Daphne, Betty, and Mary.
Yes, that's right.
But it was me and Rob. We turned up to go to a usual séance, and I used to beg them, didn't I? I used to beg them to let me go on a Friday, and they said no, it's just for us. And so we went on this Saturday night, and no one else turned up. We're sitting there waiting, and then Lisa come through, and then she said, "No, I can't remember what was said, but it was like she arranged it so that it was me and Rob would see this private session. We would experience it, and fuck me, did I? Oh,
which I do remember seeing that sort of trumpet thing on a fireplace.
Do you remember that? Yeah.
I wonder what the fuck it was, but
yeah.
I mean, I enjoyed it up to a point which I knew something got hold of me.
Yeah.
That night when I went to bed and it was like a face laying on my face and going, ooh, and I thought, fuck yeah, no, and I put the covers over me, and I thought, no, that's it, I've got to stop it.
Yeah.
I've got to stop this.
Yeah.
Because something's on attached to me, and I felt it. And I reckon probably your nan or your granddad and this, that, and the other probably had to intervene on the other side and get this unattached. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was in some sort of danger because of the thoughts I was having.
Well, if you look back, Roy, it was around that was 88. We went for a couple of years, 2-3 years maybe. Yeah. But it was in 88. I took, I made an attempt on my own life.
Yeah.
And I feel like, what was it? Was it something else attaching to me? What was?
Yeah.
And then, you could probably make a fucking film about it. That it's sort of like, sort of group of teenagers.
It was, I'll never forget that night. As I say, there's things that you remembered and you've sort of relight, and there's things that I can sort of spark off that I remember sitting and I thought, because you could see at the bottom of the door the light going off and on the landing, and I thought, that's fucking. I said to Daphne, is there someone out on the landing wanting to come in? I said, well, the light keeps flicking off and on like that. So she went, oh no, that's the little boy that plays with the light. I'm thinking, fucking hell. Little boy.
I remember because the toilet was just literally you go outside the bedroom door and it was just there on the landing. Yeah. I remember I was too scared to go to the toilet. Like when I wanted to wee in the middle of a session or something, I was too scared to go because as much as it was fun and it did give you the fucking heebie-jeebies, didn't it?
Well, it was like that's how you treated it back then because we was only young. You thought, you like to go there to see this table bounce around all around the place, jumping up and down and everything. And then Joe Louis the boxer came through one night for me.
I remember.
Boxing,
I remember.
Right, he came through, didn't he? And he was talking about boxing and this, that, and the other. And I thought to myself, this is fantastic. This is, you know what I mean?
I know, yeah.
And then, and as you say, we thought that we would dabble in your house. And to be quite honest, when you look back at it, you think, fuck me, what idiots.
Oh, yeah.
Do that. I would never open up a channel in my home, you know what I mean? And you've opened up a channel, but it's like anything, it doesn't really attach to the home, it's attached to the person. And I knew from that point onwards something happened, you know what I mean? That it came home with me and it was there for a little while and there was a lot of bad thoughts that was going through my head.
Yeah.
It's like there's certain aunts that I loved, and I'd be just sort of talking away this, that, and someone was going, "Good, just kick her in the leg."
Yeah, I had exactly the same thing.
So fuck me, and you go in, and you're thinking to yourself, "Well, it's like what you said. That's not me."
Yeah, no, I'd
kick me and me kick her in the leg.
I had exactly the same thing. It told me go and kick Roy's aunt in the leg. Not really. No, but I did with my own. I did with my own family, like my own loved ones. It would say like, if I do this, do that, and I thought, what the fuck? Yeah. And it was, but I distinctly remember my cat laying on it, and I massive animal lover, and something telling me to stamp on her fucking skull, and I thought, what?
Yeah.
And I remember me, a silly bastard as well, round about that sort of time, maybe a little bit older. Then I started dabbling with the old, I won't say because I want to put it on YouTube, but the 3-letter drug, what you lick or you put on your tongue. And and then it told me to do something to my dad, and I thought, what the fuck? So I was going seances, and I was doing that, and I thought, what the fuck? No wonder I tried to, it ended up with me trying to off myself. And then that you remember Ian Robson, don't you, vaguely? Because
of yeah,
you do, yeah.
I just say you went over there, and I see it on the video, and I remembered that, but I couldn't picture. I could slightly picture his face, and then when you showed it on there, it's such a shame.
Yeah.
Well, I do remember that time.
Well, as I said, like I mentioned it to him, like that was the last time I saw him. There was me, Alan was at Lee's in his front garden, and Ian was walking past, and then we got chatting because he went off. He got like new friends and all that as we got older, and because he still lived in that same house opposite Lee, and yeah, I mentioned it stupidly, and I've always beat myself up wondering, did I put it in his head? Did I like give him that? So yeah,
what I'm about to tell you, I've not even told Sam. Right, there was a little while back. I wasn't well, and we were talking, and then
something was guiding me to find them things out, because I don't think I would have ever have known about them things. I just feel like I was being guided, put it that way. I feel like, and it was helping me get through my court case.
Yeah.
And because there were so many times that they was trying to stitch me up, like withholding court dates, court appearances.
Yeah.
And I was finding out about everything. Then I found out about the borough commander who was a witness against me in the past. He was now the acting chair of Nelft, who was giving me the counselling for the PTSD, what they caused in the first place. And I thought, how the fuck is this possible? How am I finding these things out? And then I call it out, then I get it investigated. Then next thing you know, he's stepping down. There's so many things like that, and like my barrister not giving me the court date, and then something told me no, there should be a date, and then I phoned I phoned the court. That's how I found out, and then I ended up sacking the barrister. Then I ended up once I won the court case in Crown Court. Then I went through the legal ombudsman, and I won that as well. Yeah. So, and I feel like there's no way I would have known about half of them things.
Yeah.
If it hadn't been for something guiding me. So I think there's some sort of like...
Definitely.
Definitely. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're guiding you. So, as you say, you come out on a positive plane on all of this, you know what I mean? With regarding it needs to be explained. Are you allowed to talk about things like talking about your court case and what happened and that guy next door and things like that? Are you able to talk about things like that on YouTube?
I would say
interesting stuff, you know what I mean? That people.
I know. I know it's a story everyone should know. Everyone said it should have been a book or a film. Look, put it this way: my CBO ended. I got a 10-year CBO, didn't I? That ended in January this year, so I'm free to talk about anything. But to save any egg, even though it was like 10 years ago, it was 2015, 2016. To save any more egg, I can probably tell the story because I've been debating whether I should tell, because I feel like I really want to, and I feel like people should know what I went through. Because that was persecution. That was lawfare. That was lawfare at its finest, and I experienced it, and I was so shocked. I was so shocked to see how they can, like, if you expose the powers that be, because Chris's mum, she was a counsellor, weren't she? And I think that's where it all stemmed from. She just didn't want it brought out in the open about his little, you know, his habits and things like that. And I think they just fucking threw the book at me to silence me. And because of I am how I am, I'm not a dog with a bone, I don't shut up. That it just escalated. And but yeah, the 10-year CBO has ended, so I can talk about it. But just I'll probably.
That's all really interesting stuff. It's like the video last night that you've done. To me, you know, I was sitting there and I was glued to it because I knew a lot about it, and it's a shame that you do sort of. I remembered this and I remembered that and I should have said this, because there was a lot that went on in that room. And I do remember the time when, as well, I think we even spoke about that. I felt like jumping out the fucking window.
Yeah.
When we first started going, and it was really scary, because you didn't really feel like that, you know, it was that much energy that in that room that it was moving the table that amount, and it was slamming the table down. And you were right. You think if that slammed on your foot, it would have broke your foot.
That's what I said. Like, you're talking three old ladies. Like, people say, "Oh, it's fake." You're talking three old ladies that I couldn't even slam unless I put it over my head and slammed it. It was that much force. I'd have to hold it above my head and slam it with all my might to the ground. That's the power. Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes when it was saying something quite passionately, like I won't go into it now, but it would slam down really hard, and I used to think, how the fuck is that missing my toe? Because I'd have no toe left if it caught my toe.
Yeah. I'm very reluctant to do that again. Would you? Would you do that? Go into
no,
science again and things like that?
No, I think not, unless Daphne, Betty and Mary was still alive, because I don't suppose they're alive there. But no, I don't. I think it's one of them things. I experienced it, and it was like, I don't know for you, but you know, you said we got cocky at my ass, doing it like.
I think that's where it all went a little bit peaked on, didn't it? Because we felt that we could do it back at your ass, and we didn't need, but we didn't really understand that in a way that. Well, I did ask that Daphne once. I did say to her, about Lisa on the other side, and she said, well, just imagine it's like a phone box, and she's opening the door and letting the good people pick up the phone.
Yeah.
Like, and they've had their turn, and then she said if she wasn't there, any horrible spirit can come and pick up the phone. Yeah. She's only allowing the good ones to come through. And you didn't really think much of it.
No. And it's funny, I still remember, talking about phones, I still remember Daphne's phone number. I'll say it because it probably don't exist anymore. 597-6306. How mad is that?
She can remember old phone numbers.
Yeah, it's just mad. It's just because I used to phone her all the time because I was like obsessed. And like sometimes I'd be thinking about her and then she'd phone me. And she'd say, oh, we got a spare seat Saturday. Do you want to come? And yeah, I'll come.
But do you remember, though, that when we were doing that Seances in your ass, and then we went back into her ass, that Lisa came through.
Yeah.
And Daphne told us off.
Yeah.
She said, you need to stop.
Yeah.
You need to stop what you're doing, as Lisa said, because all bad spirits are coming through.
And they fucking did. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. We were teenagers, Roy. What do you expect? What do you expect? We're going to do shit like that. But for me...
It was weird, wasn't it, when we went round that... What was that girl's name? Lisa?
Lisa, yeah.
Right, we went... Because we said she looked a bit like Pretty Woman, didn't she? That Julia Roberts.
Yeah, she did that time.
She had that long red hair.
Yeah.
And her mum and dad were there, innit? And nothing happened.
No, but that proved more than anything happening, because that proved to her dad that we weren't bullshitting, that we was. So if we weren't bullshitting then that means we're probably telling the truth about everything, which we was.
Yeah, but that Lisa, and I can't remember what the other girl's name was, were in your house when all of this was happening, and they were screaming, weren't they? You know what I mean? And that's when we stopped.
Yeah, it's...
But fucking, yeah, it's just... but no, it's never really left me.
No.
Never.
Well,
really, it's never. I mean, obviously, I don't have bad thoughts or nothing like that now.
No.
That sort of way. Only when Sam pisses me off. But like, it just seems that, in all fairness, like, yeah, you sort of listening to you and listening to your stories yesterday. I thought, fuck me, Jesus Christ, and going past that house.
Yeah, did it? I was just going to say that to you. Did it bring back memories when you saw the ass? You saw that window.
Yeah. It brought back I was thinking afterwards with what happened to me in the bedroom. You know, with the face on my face and And
sorry, do you remember also around at that time? Because I felt like I discovered a magical power. That's how I felt, right?
Yeah.
And then I
thought I was like a superhero.
Yeah. It was like with the Avengers.
I felt like I had something more than anyone else. That I could make tables move.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah.
So it was sort of a bit prophetic when you look back at it now.
Prophetic or pathetic?
I can move tables on their own. You know what I mean? And you know, we can make them dance around and this, that, and the other. But you really didn't know what you were getting into.
The fucking Dagenham Avengers.
Yeah, it was just, you know, I don't think that I would ever do that sort of thing again to go to a seance.
But do you remember? I wanted to get into astral travelling, so I got some books on about OBEs and leaving your body, and then me, you, and Marquez would practice doing it. While we wasn't together, so we'd say, right, at this time at midnight tonight, we're gonna lay down and meet up. Do you remember we used to do shit like that?
Oh yeah, I thought my fucking heart was gonna pump out of my
Exactly. Yes, that's what happens. Your heart goes.
Absolutely dying and not come back, and I just thought this is just fucking, you know, just you know, it's going to one extreme to another.
I know, yeah.
And I thought I was actually going to die because of how it was starting to leave me.
Yeah, but do you remember, was it you or Marquez, that as one particular night when we was trying to do it, because we'd do it in our own houses, but we'd arrange a time, we'd all do it together, and then I think it was either you or Marquez said that as was doing it, something flew off his shelf.
Yeah, that's right. It's right. It flew off. Yeah, that's right. Exactly. Something flew off of his shelf.
Yeah, it was Marquez. Yeah, I thought it was.
It was.
And I remember I had because I read about this in the book. It said on the moment of separation, you hear like an electric current go through your brain, and I heard that, and I shit myself, and I stopped. But then there was that time, which I've told you about many a times, and I've done it in the other video, where I done it by where that Pete Flowers, he was sleeping at the bottom of my bed, where he got kicked out.
Right. And he was snoring when it was something like that. He was whacking you, wasn't he, or something?
Yeah, he was kicking me because we was topping and tailing, and then I sat up, bolt upright. And then I heard him saying about fucking snoring, and I could hear snoring as he said it, and I thought, what? It didn't make sense. I looked round, and fucking there was me asleep snoring. And then obviously with that, I must have, went back in.